Hello, citizens, heroes, and villains out there. Welcome to Sean Humburg's Creative Corner. I'm Sean Humburg. Today is a very special occasion because this is me and my wife's 1-year anniversary, and the first year gift is supposed to be made out of paper. So I wanted to do something very special. You may have seen book folding artwork like this, and today we're going to turn this book into one of those. There are a couple of different techniques that you can use to do this. I'm going to show you each technique that you can use. The first thing we need to do is figure out how many pages are in our book so we know how many folds we're going to be making to create our design. We're not going to be needing the book cover, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that now. One of the important details to remember is that 2 pages actually equals 1. So if you're spreading out your letters and you have a 600-page book, that means you need 300 lines in order to make up your letters. Let's do some math.
Now look, I'm going to be dealing with some real serious stuff today. You might have heard of it. It's called math.
The last page says that we have 656 pages. Divide that by 2 to give 328. After that, we need to count the remaining pages that either have filler or nothing on them to add to our total. With those added, we know that we have 344 pages that we're going to have to fold. Now it's time to find a font that we want to apply to our pages. I like this one. It has a very Alice in Wonderland type feel to it. The grid has 344 lines going vertically. This tells us at what part we need to fold each page to form the letters. After printing this off, you can take your page and start putting it underneath the pages that you're going to fold. By placing your first page on your first line, you can see where the lines meet up with the letters. That tells you where you need to fold. I do suggest using a ruler for this to make sure that your lines are nice and crisp. When you have 2 areas of a letter, you're going to have to either cut through your page like I'm doing here, or you'll have to fold each page separately, going on, even, and so forth. I prefer this method to make sure that it stays very even across the piece. It is a good idea, if using this method, to use a pencil to mark through each line that you have already done so you do not repeat or skip any steps. With this method, you simply repeat this process until you've gone through every page and every line of your printed page. So that is the method that I saw in every video tutorial. However, I thought that there was an easier way, and I was correct. Now I'm going to show you how you can do this using a wood burning tool to make that process a little bit easier. My theory was to measure between the front and back of the book, the actual width of the pages when they were all together. I then took this into Photoshop, shrank my picture down to fit within that space, and reverse it. This allowed me to place that image onto the pages and use my wood burning tool to heat up the paper and transfer the laser print onto the edge of those pieces of paper. Once I ironed it on, I took a pencil and darkened the areas where the letters were, and this allowed me to see where my folds needed to be by looking at the edge of each page without having to constantly remeasure and just go in and fold the pages. After this, it was the process of simply putting in the folds and putting in the cuts for every single page.
Already,
hours later. 6 hours later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So we now have our folded book art that spells out I love you. But I want to go an extra step. I want to make a very nice display for this, but I'm not going to completely build one. I'm going to assemble one that I think will make it look really nice and really stand out. What I've got here is a basketball case. Now you can get these at most craft stores. Very much like how that looks, but I do want to take it one more step because the lighting doesn't really hit the pages very well to be able to see the letters. So another thing that you can buy, and what I went ahead and got, is one of these. This is a very inexpensive aquarium light with suction cups on the back, so I can actually suction cup it to the top of the glass inside of our display. Now we can run the cable behind the book. And let's see how that looks. Okay, so there we have a fantastic one-year anniversary gift that you can make yourself at home. Here's the funniest part. At this point, we've already had our one-year anniversary, and guess what? This is what she got me. Great minds think alike. So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment in the comment section down below what you'd like to see in future videos. Can't wait to see what we make together next. Sean Humburg, signing out.